Henry McClure live very succinctly. I'm insured by American Family Insurance. American Family Insurance elects to not cover me anymore. The agent and his staff actually fill out all the forms, and later that day, I'm insured by the general. American Family knows my past. They know I'm a real estate agent. They know I'm working all the time as a real estate agent, as a broker and a developer. The real estate business is pretty much all consuming. So I go on my merry way. I can't even tell you that I really even remember getting a policy mailed to me by the general, but I'm sure you did because you said you did. And what I'm trying to tell professionals right now, real estate agents, lawyers, I guess if a plumber were to throw his work belt in, or if he's carrying a wrench over to fix his mom's plumbing, anyway, the general doesn't want to pay my claim due to the fact they say we don't cover your vehicle when it's being used for business. When I answered the question after the car wreck, it was number one, I'm thinking, well, yeah, I'm pretty much always doing business. I mean, if you get it down to where you're splitting hairs, at the moment I hopped in my car to go to eat breakfast, well, that was personal. Well, you drove it to the place and you were doing business. Well, I was going to look at the building for my own personal use. But here's the point. I never would have bought the general insurance if I would have known I can't use it for business, because I need to be covered during my business day. I never would have, you know what? I'll bet you $1 there's another insurance carrier out there that would have let me use my car for business. And I don't think the general was probably the only insurance carrier that I had to use. American Family put me into the policy. American Family knew that I was in the real estate business. Why would that guy ever put me into an insurance policy that would leave me underinsured? So this is the warning out to professionals. If you've got the general right now and you're using your car for business, hey, pal, you're going to get in trouble. You're not going to be covered. I can tell you that if you ever get in a wreck, you better tell them wherever you're doing it's on personal use, but you better just change. You better look at your policy. You better call the general. But basically, I'm court-martialing the general. After this, they've raised my for liability insurance. It's like $900 a month. So I can't afford the general right now. But also I can't afford the general not to pay the claim on the table. There was a ticket issued for an illegal turn. I will take that to court because the illegal turn was done before the wreck. Anyway, I got the phone ringing. I hope that's money calling. If you're a professional and you've got the general for insurance, and when I say professional, basically it almost feels like you'd have to be unemployed. You'd have to be unemployed to have insurance with the general. If you were a doctor and somebody um, let's say, broke their foot while you were in the grocery store, and the doctor elected to take, out of being a kind guy, he puts the guy in the car to take him to the hospital. Hey, I'll give you a ride. Come on. Maybe it's a small town, and maybe the doctor's got to be the one to work on the foot. Well, that would be professional. So the guy wouldn't, he was giving a guy a ride. They'd probably confuse him for Uber. But anyway, man, if you're an Uber driver or a pizza delivery guy or anything like that, you better court martial the general. You better call the general. You better look into your coverage, because if you're a real estate agent and your car is not covered while you're doing your course of duty. This was never, ever disclosed to me. Henry McClure Live.